What's up, everybody? Guess what? Before we get this started, I need you to do me a little favor. If you're listening to us on iTunes or Spotify, or maybe you're watching the podcast on iTunes or on iTunes on YouTube.
On the YouTube?
Why don't you hit the little subscribe button? Do us all a big favorito, all right?
Well, they wouldn't hear this if they're watching that on YouTube.
Yeah, because I'm going to start putting it up on the YouTube too.
I thought we weren't allowed to.
No, we're not allowed to have the intro song because we got flagged, but I got that removed. Anyway, why don't you go ahead and hit up the subscribe button for us. Help a brother out. And then check out our sponsors. Shout out to Choke Aloha. Check out chokealoha.com. And guess what? If you use the promo code Jiu-Jitsu Radio, you'll get 20% off. Whether it's patches, shirts, keychains, more patches. I would definitely stock up on the
Rash
patches.
guards.
The rash guards, but I would definitely stock up on the patches.
Rash guards are the tits, by the way. I love my short sleeve rash guard. I love everything about it.
Does it show your tits? I kind of feel like it does.
No, it does not show my tits.
Either way, check out chokealoha.com. Use the promo code Jiu-Jitsu Radio. I'm telling you, stock up on the patches because you're going to dig them, and they run out super quick, and then you're going to get pissed off. You're like, oh, I should have bought one or two more patches, but I got cheap because they were $10 and I didn't want to spend the extra $10. Well, now you can spend the extra $10 and you'll save money with the promo code Jiu-Jitsu Radio. Then check out our homies over at Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co. I can't tell you guys enough how much I love Jiu-Jitsu soap. Listen, it's going to be hands down the best soap you ever had. I guarantee it. The only thing that I don't do is bring it with me when I'm on the road, and that's just because I don't want to risk leaving it in the hotel room because I know I will forget it in the hotel room. But they also have little handy carrying cases for you for if you want to bring it to the gym. You got to shower at the gym after training. You can carry it around with that. And guess what? You'll get 10% off on everything on the store if you use the promo code JJRadio. Just check out jujitsusoapco.com. Fill up that little cart of yours with whatever you want, whether it's bath bombs. You can get them for your significant other, or you can say it's for your significant other, but we both know it's probably you. And use the promo code JJRadio when you're checking out, and you're welcome. Tell them I sent you. Check out our homies also at Giraffe Choke. GiraffeChoke.com is the website. They sponsor some amazing fighters. So the more you support Giraffe Choke, the more you can actually support fighters like Adam Borks from Bellator and a handful of good other ones. Do you know what the promo code is, Shawn?
Probably JJ Radio.
It is a JJ Radio, and you'll get 25% off your entire order of $99 or more. At giraffechoke.com is the website. Tell them we sent you. They might put in a little extra sticker here and there. They might not. I don't know. I'm not making promises. I'm just saying, if you let them know, it'll help us out too. And then guess what? It's summertime. Some summertime. And we haven't had any hurricanes yet.
Yeah, thanks for jinxing us, you prick.
And yeah, it was kind of flat today. But guess what? When there's no surf, it's a great opportunity to check out Nomad Surf Shop.
It's also a good opportunity to start paddleboarding.
And you can paddleboard with or without surf.
Yeah.
So, that's a good thing.
There's always a way to get out on the water. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Get out on the water or in the water?
Both.
Okay. But you can always check out Nomad Surf Shop. You can come hang out with us. Tell them we sent you, and you will get 10% off your entire purchase in the store. You won't get it on the website, though, but there's tons of cool stuff at nomadsurf1968.com. You actually have to write the numbers 1968. You don't have to write 1968. That would be a pain in the ass. But nomadsurf1968.com is the website. If you go into the store, for all our friends in the South Florida area that are into surfing, go check it out. You will not be disappointed.
There's fish and stuff there too. They got bathing suits.
They have water and water accessories.
Yes. Well, I don't know.
Water sports and water sport accessories. No, they have water. They have the little coolers with drinking utensils.
Well, they do have a hose. I know that's for sure.
Yeah, it's always good to drink out of the garden hose. But check out Nomad Surf. And as always, don't forget to check out our Instagram. Jiu-Jitsu Radio is obviously the radio one. You can check out Big Man over here at
Gorilla Boy BJJ.
And you can check mine out at Sonder Marketing. Got a lot of stuff planned in the next couple of weeks that you're definitely going to want to see the behind the scenes for. And you got anything else to say?
No, let's get this party started.
All right, let's get the party started.
You kidding me, bro?
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
Get stealing, woo, wheeling, dealing, limousine right, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
What's up, Kielbasa? Que pasa, Kielbasa?
Send a salami to your boy in the army.
I've never heard that one. I like that. I'm definitely stealing that. I kind of don't want to.
That's from the Jerky Boys.
I can't remember that. Fucking. I mean,
Send
I
a
remember the
salami.
classics, but not that.
Send a salami to your boy in the army.
I just remember the. I'm the super from across the street. Tell him to get. He's like, let me talk to fucking Brett Weir right now.
This is Kissel.
Yeah, I'm the super from across the way. You know what's funny is I got into a conversation a couple of weeks ago. There's so many people that grew up around the same time we did that have no clue who the Jerky Boys are. It's mind-blowing.
That's mind-blowing.
Right?
The Jerky Boys are big.
Like,
They were huge.
they
at
were
one
a
point.
staple in like late 80s, early 90s. Like,
Well, yeah, 90. Was it the late 80s?
late 80s, early 90s.
I don't remember when
They started like late 80s, but it was really like the early 90s where it kind of kicked up.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because he ended up, if you have never heard the Jerky Boys, you actually have heard one of the voices, because the same guy from the Jerky Boys does the voice of Mort Goldman on Family Guy. That's him.
Who's more?
The pharmacy guy. The stereotypical Jewish
Oh,
guy,
yeah,
pharmacy
yeah,
guy. That's
yeah.
him. He has the same exact voice, and then it's funny because like he has to like kind of change it, because
Do you know this for a fact that it's him?
yes, I know it's for a fact. Everybody knows it's him. You can always look at the credits and you'll see him. I forget the guy's fucking name.
The other one turned into like a...
He's a super dick.
No, he's a recluse.
Well,
He got agoraphobia and...
well, I took one day. I sat down. I tried to figure out what the fuck ever happened, and it turns out the other guy wanted to get like full credit, and like he didn't want to do it. Like it wasn't even
Which one wanted full credit? The
The-
white one or the Indian one?
the Indian one. He wanted like full credit or like all kinds of other stuff. It was kind of stupid. He was basically being a dick. He didn't create them, but he wanted to get like a whole bunch of money that he didn't technically really deserve. And then he started just kind of pulling like dick moves. So it's like, all right, well, we're done with. And then he tried to reconcile, and the guy pulled the same like dick moves again. But you can actually hear the stories if you go to, there's a SoundCloud for the Jerky Boys where they play the tracks, and he kind of does like a whole little explanation behind it, kind of like a director's cut,
Oh, really?
commentary.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. There was only like a handful of episodes, obviously, but it's live, so you can hear the crowd asking him questions and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I was gone last week, but the only reason why we didn't do the podcast is because you got lazy. Let me just be very clear.
Well, no, it was a miscommunication because
How is that a miscommunication?
Well,
I said
because
weekend
my-
remote, and you're like, no.
Well, then I was like, oh, let's wait till next week, and then you waited like an hour to get back with
Oh,
me.
I'm sorry. I could have sworn I was traveling,
Well,
and I still said that we could have done it, and we still could have done that. But it's cool. You got lazy. It's all right. I'm just letting the people know that you're the ones that deprived them of this.
That's
Just
fine.
Yeah, I was up in North Carolina. I didn't get to see our boy Tom, unfortunately, because I was working. I can't really say what I was doing, but I was working. I wasn't working the bus stop. Yeah. Was not. But I did have a fucking blast in downtown Raleigh. You look like you're pretty good at that. I'm just saying.
What are you talking about?
The video that's going to go out on YouTube.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost ate shit in the middle of downtown Raleigh and almost got run over by a train. I rented one of those little scooters, the Lime scooters.
I don't know what a Lime scooter is.
You do understand that now there's a thing where you can rent a scooter like Uber-ish. There's
But like a scooter, like a
Razor scooter, but
like a Razor
electric.
scooter.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Not a Vespa moped scooter.
Okay.
So you can go up to it if you have the app. You take a photo of it, and it costs like 10, 15 cents a minute, and you just ride off into the sunset on a electric scooter.
How fast do they go?
They're pretty decent. If you get one with a lot of juice, they're pretty decent. It's a little bit harder at our weight, but yeah, they ride pretty fast. They suck uphill. I definitely had to pull the Back to the Future line. Like, you need more power. Yeah. but they fucking fly. They definitely go pretty fast. So me and a friend of mine were just going up and down the streets of downtown Raleigh, and I was ahead, and I couldn't really see ahead, and I didn't realize that I was about to go over a train track. And normally when you see the train tracks, like here, you notice like they're not that big, right? The actual spaces where the train tracks themselves are in concrete. On the
Yeah, there's like maybe 2 to 5 inches.
Yeah, over there, they were like a full-on like 6-inch giant gap, and I was like, oh fuck, and I was going downhill into it full steam. So I managed to. I didn't want to hit the brake as I went over it because I knew I was gonna fuck up. So I had to let go of the acceleratrix and go over it, hoping I don't eat it, and then time the brake perfect before I hit the other set of tracks. Man, I fucking got lucky. I stopped right before the next track, and my friend just gunned it past because I kept on telling her, stop, 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 stop. And she just went right fucking over it. Somehow didn't eat shit, but we made it out alive. We went through like a couple of sketchy parts of downtown Raleigh, but it was good. I got on the news.
On your scooter?
Yeah, I got on the news because there was a weatherman, and he was doing the weather late at night. This was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, so we're on the window, like banging on the window, yelling at the guy. And then like see him turn, it's like, oh fuck, we better go. So he took off. But yeah, if you followed the snap, you would have seen it.
What snap?
My Instagram snap story.
Instagram.
My Instagram story.
I do not watch those.
You're missing out, actually.
I hear that.
I used to be the same way, and like, but then I realized like a majority of the activity really goes on those. They really fucked Snapchat over on those, but that's getting into marketing. There's a lot of cool stuff and a lot of funny stuff, which actually we're gonna get into today because there's a couple of things we got to talk about. I got a whole slew of shit that we have to cover since we've been gone. What'd you do last week? It doesn't fucking matter what you did.
I did find out one cool thing.
What's that? You don't have AIDS?
No. Anthony Bourdain
Uh-huh.
had a secret Reddit account that he used to talk about jiu-jitsu in the jiu-jitsu subreddit.
Yeah.
The subreddit.
Yeah.
And a guy compiled everything that he wrote,
And put it together?
put it together.
Someone actually released on the, if you're not on the BJJ subreddit, I definitely suggest you go on there. A guy was on there the other day, and he released some footage that he had of Anthony Bourdain coming into his gym to train, and he just filmed it. I was like, he kind of probably shouldn't release it because he said he didn't want it out there. Like the gym himself said, like, we don't want people filming it, but they kind of let him slide. But it was cool to see like Anthony Bourdain like rolling stuff. He was pretty decent. He's a blue belt. He was pretty decent.
Yeah.
So, before we get into everything, we got to look at our fight results for Fight to Win.
Didn't we already do that?
No, because remember, we only went over the Polaris stuff. We had to wait on Fight to Win with Gabby Garcia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we didn't do those. So I figured let's get those out of the way real quick.
All right, I remember us picking them.
So what I got here is Fight to Win 114, which was just the other day. Let's go backwards. There was Nate Orchard versus Akbari.
We both. I know I went for Orchard.
Yeah.
You did too.
Yeah. Fight didn't happen. Does not matter. So that one got fucking
that's a
scrapped.
push.
Yeah, so that one got scrapped. And then there was Diggins versus Herman.
And I said Diggins, I think.
You said Diggins. I said
said
Herman.
Herman.
That fight didn't happen either. It ended up Ben Dyson jumped in last minute and took the fight, and he actually beat Diggins by Darce choke. So you went Diggins, I went Herman. So I guess would it kind of technically be my win because your guy lost?
No.
Can it be like an advantage?
No,
I'll take that as
really.
an advantage. That's an advantage.
Well,
me.
that's not an advantage. That's
I'll
nothing.
take the advantage.
You can't take the advantage on that.
Definitely take the advantage because your guy lost. Even though my guy didn't compete, your guy
Yeah,
lost.
maybe your guy would have gotten smoked.
Well, ifs and buts, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So
yeah.
you can't really pick that.
So if my guy had competed, he would have won, but he didn't, and your guy still lost. So now we go against Catherine against Fionn Davies,
And I went Fionn.
and I went Fionn.
And
We both lost. Catherine won by guillotine.
wow.
Yeah, so, we both ate a fatty on that one. And then we went to the final one, which was Gabby Garcia versus, I forget how to say Hillary.
Hillary?
No,
Oh,
Hillary,
yeah.
You went for Hillary. I went for Gabby. And guess who won?
I have no idea.
Gabby Garcia won in record time with a collar choke, making her the female heavyweight champion for Fight to Win. So, second time in a row.
You won by one.
I won by one
You
and
won
an
by
advantage.
one. No advantage.
Listen, 1 point is all you need to be a world champion.
That's true.
So, shout out to me. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're very good at guessing.
Yeah. guessing can get you a couple $1 million if you're in the right casino. So that's that. So shout out to Fight to Win. Actually, Seth, one of the owners for Fight to Win, had neck surgery. And he made it through good. I think he's in recovery right now. So shout out to Seth. Hopefully he's healing up pretty quick. But he was fucking... Shout out to him, actually. He's a bad motherfucker because he, just woke up out of surgery and right back to work. So there's a photo of him, like bandaged up at the neck. He did, two vertebrae, I think, in his neck. And he's sitting there on his laptop working. So, no excuses. One thing that we didn't go over that I wanted to talk about was a big thing, and I was thinking that maybe we could go over to Portland, Oregon on July 7th. But you're going to be in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I think we're both missing out.
What's going on in Portland?
Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Oh, yes.
Coming out of retirement to take on Craig Jones.
Yes.
The instant that I found out, I started texting AJ. I'm like, AJ, is this for real? He's like, oh, yeah, no, it's for real. He's like, I'm training right now. I'm
He's with Neil.
He's in Vegas right now training.
Yeah, but he was training with Neil Melanson.
So I was like, I didn't know that. I thought he was down here training. I was like, where the fuck is he training down here? Because, obviously he trains with Flex and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, no, I'm in Vegas right now training. I'm like, fuck, I might have to take a flight out to Vegas so I can at least take some shots of him training before that. So I might try, actually, to fly out to Portland, but the tough part would be flying back. It would be a red-eye flight.
Oh.
Yeah, and I've done that.
Literally cross country.
I have done that several times.
From Portland?
From Portland and California. It is doable. If you time it right, it's actually not that bad. You're gonna still eat it the next day, but if you can manage to at least take 2-3 hours in, if you get a flight that's direct, you're better off. Don't get a flight with a layover at night. Most of the times there aren't any at night, but if you get 2-3 hours, you'll manage to survive the next day. You're gonna tank
I'm
that
done
night.
with red eyes. I refuse to ever take a red eye.
I fucking love red eyes, actually. I fucking love them. They actually work the best out for me.
No.
Because I worked it out where if I know I have to take a red eye and I can't really sleep on the plane that well, I will stay up the whole night before, work and do whatever I need to do that day. Or maybe I'll wake up super early. I'll wake up at 1 or 2, work that entire day, get to the plane, so I know as soon as I get on the flight, I crash, no matter what. It doesn't matter if I'm sleeping in a weird position or if someone's farting next to me, I'm out. I'm 100% out. So when I get up, at least I'll get up, I'll shift around, go back to sleep, and it works for me pretty well. So that's my tip to try it out.
Yeah,
At our size, it's difficult. It's very difficult.
It's terrible.
Everyone says, oh, why don't you love the aisle? I fucking hate the aisle.
I like the window. I'll take the window or the aisle.
I can't do the aisle.
I can do the aisle because I don't have long legs. I got short, stumpy legs.
Yeah, but you still get bumped by the car.
Yeah, dude, nothing. You have half of my body hangs out, obviously.
Yeah. So that's I get hit by the cart and I need to stretch my leg. So then they come and wake me up. They're like, you got to move your fucking leg. Cheers with your Subway mug here. What are you drinking? Are you drinking Coke?
No, I'm drinking the
Sweet
pomegranate acai.
So tons of sugar.
Vitamin,
got it.
No, zero sugar. Vitamin water. I don't do sugar.
But either way,
drinks.
Submission Underground, that's the event that AJ's going to be going at. I didn't get to see. I know there's a couple of other names. Let me see. I didn't look up to
It
see.
doesn't, yeah, but it doesn't really matter what the other names are.
Yeah, no, I think there was another good one that was coming up, and actually, Chael is going to be fighting Lyoto Machida.
It's funny is Saturday I went and watched the fights at Hijinks in Boca,
Yeah.
and ended up hanging out with Rashad all night.
Oh, really? He was there?
Yeah, well he's
Oh,
part
that's right. He's part owner.
Yeah, but so we sat and watched the fights all night. We were talking about that, and he's like, yeah, he's training out with Neil, and he's like, I don't know what he's thinking. He
What?
goes, the reason he quit fighting was because he didn't like the grappling aspect of it.
And then he's going to go and
Now
like
he's gonna
grapple.
go do a grappling aspect.
I don't know. Obviously, Chael must have offered him a sweet deal for him to do that. I'm trying to see right now. I'm not trying to negate anybody, but I'm trying to see if they announced any other ones. But there's nothing. I can't find anything. So we'll get back to it once I do a little more research on there. Yeah, like that's why. As soon as I read that, I text AJ like, AJ, what the fuck? What are you doing? Like he's like, and I mean. Listen, Craig Jones took out Josh Barnett, and Josh Barnett is a grappler's grappler.
Right.
By any means. It's not like he doesn't put in work. And I mean, Craig Jones took out, what's his face? Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name right now. Gordon Ryan. Craig Jones choked. Yeah.
No.
Craig Jones choked out Gordon Ryan. Yes,
No,
sir.
he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
You want to bet?
Yes.
How much?
I'll bet you, I don't know.
Acai
$5.
bowl?
Sure.
Let me go ahead and
Did
pull
not
that up.
happen.
Let me go ahead and pull that up.
He almost
He'd
got an
be-
armbar on him.
Let me go ahead and pull
But
that
did not
up.
choke him.
He
Not in competition. I don't know about in training. Because I know they train together.
you can train together and beat someone.
What's that?
Said you can train together and beat someone.
No, I know. I don't know if he didn't choke him out. I'm saying in competition he hasn't choked him out.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty positive he didn't.
Let me go ahead and pull that up. Oh my
He
gosh!
almost got an armbar on him. It was in the I'm pretty sure it was the EBI, and almost got an armbar.
You're thinking EBI. I'm thinking Quintet 5. That's why. Yeah. No, that's still pulling up EBI. I'll find it. I'm pretty sure I got to look up the Quintet results, which, by the way, I don't know who the fuck is doing the marketing for Quintet, but Sakuraba's got to get his shit together because Quintet is too good of a tournament.
Yeah, it's too cool of a
for
concept.
for not getting any kind of push in the back. So they need to get their shit together. Big news for today. Mackenzie Dern had a baby.
My baby?
I wish. At least then I would have a better chance because then I know for sure she'd leave you for me.
There's no way.
For sure.
There's no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, Mackenzie Dern gave birth to a baby girl named Moa. They named their daughter Moa,
Like Moana.
I guess, but Moa, like boa. So I guess, I don't know. I'm not here to knock anybody's name,
I
but
wonder if the baby's accent will change.
depending on what part of the world she's at, yeah. But congratulations to Dern and husband on the baby. I mean, that's all I really looked up into it. No offense, but I'm a guy. I don't really give a shit if someone ends up having a kid or not. Even like my best friends, like, congratulations, you had a baby. I'll go hang out with your baby, and my friends have some cool babies, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
And, more power to you. How about we get into real quick, since we haven't been here. There's a lot of shit we got to talk about. Worlds.
Lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff happened in Worlds.
Like Mikey and Tammy becoming the first siblings to ever win.
Mikey and Tammy Musumichi end up becoming the first brother and sister to win Worlds, IBJJF Worlds at the same time. So congratulations to them. But not only that, Mikey is the first American to win it 3 times and the first American to win it in 2 divisions.
Yeah.
So
He always wanted Rooster. He's been talking Rooster.
he's wanted to
his
always do
whole
Rooster.
life.
And that's what I don't think people, like a lot of people don't know because they don't know as much as we know about Mikey. But Mikey has always wanted to compete at Rooster, but he couldn't because Bruno was dominating at Rooster, and he didn't want to be disrespectful.
Right.
So when Mikey heard that Bruno wasn't going to compete, he signed up.
Bruno retired.
Bruno retired. He said he wasn't going to compete. So Mikey said, okay, now's my chance. I'm going to go do it. And then Bruno still ended up signing up. And knowing Mikey, it's like, well, too bad. Already signed up.
He already started the process.
Yeah, he already started, so it wasn't going to stop.
If you know Mikey Musumeci,
Once he's in,
he's in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, he's all in. So that whole beef that everybody hears and they didn't want to talk about it, I venture to guess that's probably the thing because
that is exactly what it is.
Like Mikey used to train under Bruno, so
Bruno, what Bruno said was, "This is my division,"
right,
and he's coming into my division. But what Bruno forgets is he retired. That's on him.
That's on him to make the decision. And listen, as many times as I met Bruno Malfacine, he's always been a super nice guy, super cool, always smiling, joking around, super nice guy. But he pulled one of the douchiest moves of all time on Mikey, and he kind of sunned him a little bit. He kind of big brothered him when Mikey won and beat him 10-8. And Mikey went to go shake his hand, and he pulled the old like, "Oh,
yeah,
I meant to go comb my hair on you," which was. At first, I didn't, like, when I saw it, and I saw it live, I'm like, did he really just do that? Like, no, that couldn't...
All I could think of was, hey, Bruno, 1988 called, it wants its burn back.
I mean, that's got to be probably one of the best burns I've seen for someone doing that. Like, I can't think of other situations
I didn't think it was good. I thought it looked like a douche move.
It was definitely, like, not classy, and it was definitely kind of, like... It kind of brought the whole situation down a little bit. Not that I'm excusing it. From a dickhead's perspective, that was a good burn. That was a good burn. It was a good burn. If you're going to burn somebody, that's like a burn.
I'll tell you why it's not a good burn. To get that burn, to pull that burn off, you have to put your hand out first. So the only way it really works,
I guess I know what you're saying. The setup,
you're going for the setup, and you come out, and then I do this.
But
But Mikey's hand was out first,
and he was walking towards him, so he reached out. So it's like, okay, pretend you're Mikey, I'll be Bruno. So you start coming in, and like, so he still got the burn. He still got the burn. And to go with what you were saying, like, it was about as 80s of a moment as you can get. That's exactly what I imagined, like. They had the skiing competition, and the protagonist won. Like the comeback kid came in and he beat the douchey blonde kid that everybody loved, and everybody realizes he's a douche. And he's like, douche kid does the move. Like, usually it's a douche person that starts.
Even at the end, the douche.
Not necessarily.
The douche 9 times out of 10 realizes he's a douche, and
And then he changes his ways.
But like. Unfortunately, it sullied the moment.
Yeah.
And it made him look terrible.
It made him look terrible, but then he went out afterwards, and he apologized, and he kind of gave his excuse, which was like an apology, not really an apology.
Not really an apology.
Not my place to sit there and comment on it, but it was definitely not a classy move for someone of his stature. He's way too high level, too much of a legend to do something like that. But
yeah, he could have. What that could have been the proverbial passing of the torch to Mikey. And he could have done it.
He didn't need to pass the torch. Mikey's got his own torch. Mikey is he's blazing his own way.
Basically what that shows is Malfacine's time is come and gone.
I mean, I don't think so because, I guess because he came in third. He came in third, but I mean, like, Bruno is still a world-class grappler.
I'm not taking...
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is...
It's the new school.
That's exactly what it is. Bruno's a part of the old school.
Yeah.
Mikey's the new school. This could have been... He could have made it,
What I think is funny, though, is that before all this, Buchecha came out and made a whole statement about, like, all these new guys, all they're doing is talking shit, and I wish it was more like the old school where it was about respect and this, that, and the other. And then as soon as he said that, the whole rest of the world was all of the classy, older, top-level, like, old-school jiu-jitsu guys all pulling douchebag moves. Every single last one were all pulling douchebag moves. So it was one after another, which I thought was pretty
And
funny.
if there's anybody that's respectful in jiu-jitsu, it's Mikey.
For sure. I've
Mike-
never heard Mikey talk shit.
Mikey talk shit ever.
Even when like he knows he can beat someone, he's never sat there and talked shit. He's never said like, "Oh, I could take care of him super easy."
That doesn't mean
No.
he doesn't. But
Yeah.
but look, we trained.
he's
with
never,
we
like-
trained with the kid for 3 years.
I've never once heard him like, "Oh, like he sucks." Like if he says something like that, I'd be like, "He's not that good," or "He's pretty good," or like whatever. But he's never ever once trash talk anybody.
Nope.
Said never ever I heard a single negative thing coming from Mikey. So that's why I thought it was kind of like fucked up. It's like, but whatever. But shout out to Mikey because he also earned the fastest submission in world's history with a 12-second leg
ankle
lock. So I mean, dude, the kid's only what, 21?
Yes.
21. He's not even reached like peak like strength and just physical capabilities. Like, man, that's gonna be fucking crazy to see what
I want to know. What I want to know is
I still say him against Nicky Ryan.
Is he making money?
Yeah, I think so.
Like-
I think he's because he's doing
He's not doing any of the competition.
he's doing seminars for the next couple of months.
Yeah, I saw him.
And he makes money off of that pretty well, and then the sponsors pay him. So I know he's making pretty good money with Venom, and there's always a clause like if you win Worlds or whatever, you get a bonus. So I don't know. I think he's probably going to go for that record, trying to win the most amount of Worlds titles, like kind of go for like the Buchecha record.
Well, Bruno Malfacino owns more.
Bruno's at 9, 10?
10.
10. So Mikey's already at 3. Mikey's at 3 and he's 21.
21.
So he could literally take every other year off and he can still have a record by the time he's like 40. You know? So like so it's like fuck, it's like, and the fact that Tammy won and she hasn't even been training should be scary to the rest of the girls in her divisions because Tammy's a beast too, and she's been focusing on law school, and she won Worlds.
She's not just law school.
She wants to be a judge.
But she's doing law and accounting.
Yeah, so Tammy's probably gonna kill you guys either in the courtroom or on the mats. So, or she'll just take all your money, one way or the other. But congratulations to them. Also, I want to give a shout out to Maggie from Fight Sports. She won at brown at medium heavy. So shout out to Maggie.
I think that's her third world championship.
I believe so, 3rd or 4th. And she's a beast anyway. And then here's what pissed me off. Joao and Paulo closed out their division. Joao won because obviously Paulo gave it to him. It's like, that's bullshit, man. No, fucking compete. I don't do the closeouts. I close out to like the fact that they both ended up there, and then that's technically tanking. If you ask me, that's tanking it. Like if it was, I would give more credit to two competitors. Like let's say, like you and I like sat there and we were in the same division, whatever for whatever reason, and they're like, you know what, like let's just fucking whatever close out, like it just be done.
No.
Like, but even then, like we would compete.
I told my guys, because at the Orlando Open, 2 of my guys might be in the same weight division.
Yeah.
I said, look, I go, if you guys make it to the finals, we're not flipping a coin. We're not closing it out.
No, you're gonna compete.
You're going to compete. We're just not going to coach you.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: if whoever, I know you guys aren't going to bring animosity back to the gym for it.
And even if you do, you squash it super quick.
Yeah, or you leave.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want you to leave, but if you're not mature enough to handle a loss, then you're not part of, you're not of the right ilk.
Yeah.
For our school.
Yeah. No, for sure. If it's that's the kind of vibe that you're gonna bring back. It's different.
So and the thing is it might motivate you to get better.
Yeah. I mean, it's as long as it's a healthy competition and a healthy challenge, and not the animosity that builds up.
with team, done.
And I've been in places where like someone looks at you in the same like division and weight class and stuff like that, and they look at you like, I'm gonna beat you like every day in the gym. like, I don't like you because you're in my division kind of thing. It's like, dude, grow the fuck up, man. You know, so I get it, but I still think it's bullshit. It is what it is, but, you know, like, don't close out, especially Worlds. Like, that shouldn't be allowed. They should not allow close out at Worlds. Like, Pan Ams, maybe. Like, but even then, not at that level.
I think they should allow closeouts, and I think they need to allow heel hooks.
Well, that's a whole different story. Lucas Lepre, he won light and now holds the record for most wins at light. So, at 7. He's got 7. So, he's got the record for light. Shout out to Lucas Lepre. Dude's a fucking beast. Felipe Pena wins again in medium heavy. I'm wondering if they tested him. Remember, he was the one that got caught, but they only announced it a year after the fact. So he still made all his money doing seminars as a world champion, but then they took away the championship. So he kind of has to fight his way back. The big thing that happened, Kenan Duarte beat Leandro Lowe at heavy. Did you watch that match?
I did not watch it, but
Dude, the scrambles are fucking crazy.
The scrambles were crazy.
His leg dragging and leg passing was so crazy.
I saw a little bit of a
the
highlight.
scramble?
I saw a little bit of the highlight on Instagram, and I gotta admit, it looked
He's
like...
juicing. Yeah. No, sorry.
What's that?
Nothing.
No, it looked like he was just manhandling.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it looked like...
Once he got, like, he kind of got in, like, a weird side/north-south position. You could see Leandro Lowe's face from that position, and he was just, like... It looked like a fish that got just taken out of water, and he's struggling to flop, and then all of a sudden you see him kind of just, like, give up. Like, that's what it looked like to me. But, dude, that was an insane match, and Kenan Duarte is going to be a savage for a while. Buchecha won ultra heavy and open. I think there was something else about that. He's got his record at 13-14 now. So
no,
Buchecha,
it's only like 7 or 8.
No, he's got the most world's wins.
No,
pretty sure.
Maybe collectively with his weight division and the open.
Not at the open, not just open.
No.
Collectively, he's got like 13-14 world's wins.
Yeah,
which is still nutty.
Which is still But seeing as he wins almost both every year, you know, that's...
I mean, how many more years do you think he really has left at that level?
Well, I don't know how old he is. Probably,
I think he's 30.
Early 30s?
Yeah, and then he had his knee issues, so he had to take a year off.
I'd say he's got another 5-6 years left.
I think so. But what bugs me with Buchecha is that he doesn't take the big money like matches. Like, he doesn't do... Polaris isn't going to offer him enough money.
Well, he did do that one big money match, and he lost.
Which one?
Roger Gracie?
Yeah, the Gracie challenge. Come on. Let's not get into that one.
Do you think that was a...
Oh, for sure. That was a total fucking... Oh, you kidding me? You kidding me?
You think he tanked it?
Oh, for sure. You're not going to come and do that in Brazil. You kidding me? At the Gracie challenge? You don't think that they said, like, hey, you know, if you go a little bit...
At Rogers' retirement?
Yeah.
From...
Yeah, come on. The Gracie's got too much money and they got too much at stake. Can you imagine? Like, you're not going to pull a Raging Bull on that one.
I'm not going to say... I can't say for sure that that's what that was. And I didn't... And I'm not saying I didn't think it when I watched the match.
Okay. But that's what happened when... Yeah.
But it could have happened.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to say it did because I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I do know that Roger's really good at choking people from the back.
So now, the biggest scandal, if you will, that came out of Worlds, I fucking loved every second of it.
Is it about a shutdown Instagram page?
It is about a shutdown Instagram account. If you did not follow BJJSteroids for this small amount of time that it was alive, you missed out on a world of entertainment that you cannot get anywhere else. I honestly really hope that someone has a screenshot of every single thing out there. I really, really hope they do. I know I have like 2 or 3. They actually shared one of my posts from Jiu-Jitsu Radio, so shout out to BJJSteroids for the love. So for those of you that don't know, maybe you heard a glimpse, an undisclosed person, and then became persons, started calling out juicers, specifically from Team Atos, at BJJ Worlds, at the IBJJF Worlds.
Well,
So
it started before that.
it started before that, but it was really like they were
It
going
came
all
to a
out.
head.
It came to a head at Worlds because not only were they calling people out, they were taking photos and they were moving around the stadium. But then other people joined in on it and they started sending BJJSteroids videos and photos, and obviously it was very obvious there was a lot of people fucking juicing. Let's be honest. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you're juicing, you're juicing. Stop acting like you're not. Like, it is what it is. Like, the only people that are going to dodge that bullet is going to be black belts, because otherwise then USADA's going to be there. But for everybody else, there's a lot of people fucking juicing. And don't you dare tell me that you're not when you're coming in with a neck like 1992 Vitor Belfort kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't happening. Like, you have just a... it is what it is. Anyway, guys from Atos got so pissed that they started snatching people's phones, accusing them of being BJJSteroids, and started going through stuff. So they were going around just picking on innocent people and accusing them of doing this and snatching their phones. It got so bad that they actually had to stop some of the matches, the women's matches, because of how crazy the crowd got in one of the sections, which is completely disrespectful. And considering the fact that the people that were involved, it's absolutely fucking insane to me. And like, for sure,
Has
you
there
should
been
be
any
banned.
kind of? I haven't looked to see if there's any kind of apology.
No, nothing.
From Atos.
No, nothing. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. There's been no statement from IBJJF from what I saw. There's been no statement from Atos. And then guys from Atos were like kept on saying that they know who it was, like, and messaging random people saying, "Oh, we know it's you," when it wasn't. There was a post that someone said that they did know who it was, and they did end up calling out or recognizing one of the people that helped out BJJSteroids, because it was at the end. It
Was
ended
that
up being,
kid with the blonde hair?
no, that was some kid from like Norway or something. Reddit was on top of it for most of it, but in the whole slew of everything, BJJSteroids got taken down, which I'm assuming
Which
when
was crazy because when I started following them,
it was probably already too late.
no. I started following them a little before the world started.
Yeah.
And there was like I think they had 1,000 followers.
Yeah, maybe. And then they jumped up to 16,000 in a matter of 2 days, 3 days.
And then at one point they had over 18,000.
Yeah.
And that when I went back to like a couple hours later, it was shut down.
Yeah. So what I'm assuming happened is that a bunch of people kept on reporting it, saying it was like hate speech or harassment and stuff.
It's what it is it's not harassment, but what it is it's
Inflammatory?
yeah, it's slander.
Yeah. Well, slander if it's not true, but if
Well,
it's true.
no, it's slander until it's proven in court of law. So they would have had to prove. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
no,
it's-
and that's the
that's accusing somebody of a crime.
supposedly they recorded a couple of podcasts and did a couple of interviews before everything was over, so there should be something coming out again. I don't think it's over. I don't think this is over by a long shot.
No, I think no. It doesn't. It doesn't seem like it's over. It seems like it's
And I've
just the beginning.
personally myself have had people tell me how blatant steroid use is at Atos, where guys are just openly saying it. Like, it's pretty heavy. I've had guys like sit there and tell me that they've trained
Well, I'm
there.
wondering if that had anything to do with Keenan's departure.
I don't believe so. I think Keenan did, actually, now that you remind me, Keenan did put out a whole speech, or I guess essay really, about what happened, and his
it was
point
like,
of view.
It was
and
like
he was
a
saying
difference in.
it was a difference in training and stuff, but really what it came down to is that he wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid.
Right, it wasn't. It was like a cult. He
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah.
And that's not the way he likes to train. And obviously someone that came in from the heat of everything from Team Lloyd Irving, where he had to leave in the middle of the night like he was a runaway or something. Like, I can understand his point of view. I didn't do the research yet deep enough to really kind of see both sides of the coin on this one, but I did read Keenan's, and it's actually an interesting read. Basically, he says that they accused him of being late, and I think said that he was only late once, but they said he was late 5 or 6 times. And then I think Andre flipped out because Keenan turned down rolling with another black belt or something crazy like that, which I don't know, like, if that's even true or not.
These people need to calm the fuck down.
Hey, listen, man. Like,
you're
your school,
late, you're late.
like your school, like, you run it whatever way that you want. As far as the steroids thing, it's like you can deny it up and down. But my man, I just got to look at you from this season and last season, and I can tell you right away. And I can sit there and look at you. There's no way that you could tell me that you look at guys like Hodger Gracie or even fucking Henzo in his day, and you're telling me, oh, you're training jiu-jitsu more than Henzo did back in the day? Like, no way. There's no way that you were training more than Henzo and Hickson, and you're coming out super juiced and jacked. Like, no way. I don't care how much you ate. I don't care who your nutrition is and what kind of programs. You're not going to get more jacked than Henzo was, like, training at the top of his level. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it is what it is. I'm sorry. Like,
well, I can't, again, I will never accuse somebody of something, you know, like, you know, there's things that appear, like, there's plenty of people that appear like, you know,
that they're juicing?
Yeah. I mean, look at...
Name me someone that you can say looks like they're juicing, but they're not.
Well, I don't know if they are or not. But the biggest one I could think of is the change in Gordon Ryan's body.
Everybody knows he's juicing. He's denied it, not really denied it, but he's denied it.
I don't know if he's juicing, but the change in his body was remarkable.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. They even said Keenan juices, but he, you know.
No, there's not been a single time that I think I ever saw Keenan to the point where, like, holy shit, Keenan is juicing.
By the way, he got screwed again.
Yeah, that's another thing. Keenan got fucked over big time. The Brazilian card got pulled again on Keenan, like, bad, to the point where, like, everybody thought that he was gonna win, and even his opponent was clapping, and all of a sudden his opponent got his hand raised and was like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like, that's really the one notch that Keenan needs on his belt, honestly, for him to really be one of, like, considered or recognized as one of the best in the world, and I don't think he's ever going to get it. I honestly don't think he's ever going to get it.
You think it's become a thing?
I think it's the only reason why Mikey has gotten it is because he's made himself undeniable by making sure that he wins every time. Like, for sure. Can you get off the phone? Come on.
Yeah, hold on.
Like, that's the thing, is Mikey has made himself undeniable, and he's never left it up to an advantage point or a ref's decision. He's either one or he hasn't. That's it. Keenan, for some reason, Keenan's always go over to decision, and he's just, they're not going to give it to him. They're not going to give it to him because he's got guys like Galpao and everybody else in his division.
What he's got to do is he's got to beat these people. He's got to beat them.
He's got to beat them.
He's got to beat them.
And I think, honestly, even then at that point, they're just going to be like, no, sorry, you didn't win. Like, they'll pull some. No, they'll be like, oh, there's the 2 other points that we forgot to give you. That's the kind of thing I think.
Well,
that's part of.
When it doesn't work, it doesn't matter if he taps them out.
Yeah, and that's part of the thing that he posted, was saying that I think what really ended up pissing off Galvao to the point of where everything got to the point that it got was that Keenan signed up for ADCC, even though that Galvao was on there. He's like, oh no, yeah, I'll just give him the money, like, we'll close it out, whatever. And then they ended up competing anyway. So Galvao was all about closeouts, and Keenan's like, I don't do closeouts. And then it's like, well, they ended up competing or whatever. So I think that one's like a whole big thing, and I think they're playing the politics like really close to the. Was it to the chest kind of thing?
Close to the vest.
Yeah, so I think it's I think there's gonna be more of that back and forth going on there, but Atos is definitely on the under the radar of everybody on social media.
My favorite video was
yeah, that was a great video.
The one where it showed the fire, and it said. The fire said BJJSteroids, and Atos was the guy with the fire the gas can, and he poured gas onto the fire, and the guy in the gas can said Atos.
You're doing a horrible job.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. I guess it's kind of hard to explain it, but basically it was a video of a guy trying to throw fire onto a fire.
Gas onto a fire. Holy shit! You're a writer.
Then it got I'm not a talker. So So he threw gas on the fire, but the fire caught onto the gas can, and he threw it and chucked everything on fire. So,
I know what you're talking about.
So the fire was BJJSteroids.
Yeah.
Atos was the kid.
Right.
And the gas was BJJ Worlds.
Yeah.
And
He's just dumping it everywhere.
Just dumped it and exploded it.
It was bad. If you can find it, I mean, I can definitely show you a couple of the photos because I was screenshotting as much as I could, but yeah, it got super crazy for a while. Let's see, we got another pick'em that we can go with. So let me go ahead and get this paper set up here. I'll do it right here on the side. We'll go Shawn here, and then the champ on the right. So we talked about it last time. Kasai's coming to Orlando.
Right.
I'll be there. You won't.
I will not be.
So, excuse me, they announced a couple of more people.
Okay.
So here's the lineup, and we'll do a pick'em.
Okay.
Dante Leon versus Renato Canuto.
Canuto.
You gonna go with Canuto? All right. I will go with. I'll go with Dante. Why not? Tex Johnson versus Craig Jones, a rematch. This is the one where Tex won and then ended up going into rehab for alleged sexual assault. I'm going with Craig. I think Craig is going to make sure that he gets his revenge. Who you got? Who you got? You got to pick him.
I know. I'll go Tex.
You're gonna go Tex?
Just because.
Just because you won the first one?
Yeah, you think
and he got it in a scramble too. It was a
yeah.
sketchy fucking pull, but he got it. Jay-Z, our good friend JC Cavalcante versus George Patino Macaco.
Oh, it's not. I thought he was going
nope,
against.
They changed it.
They changed it.
I know, a little insider. I was actually trying to get my professor to jump in on that match. I was peer pressuring George so bad. I'm like, come on, you should sign up. Do Kasai, come on. Who are they gonna give you? He's like, I was thinking maybe Macaco. Like they might give me Macaco. I'm like, do it. Like, come on, you train for this. You train your whole life, and then it's like, nah. He's like, I'm not in it for that. I'm going with Jay-Z.
I don't care if it was Bouchecha.
You still go for Jay-Z?
I'd still go for Jay-Z because Jay-Z's my boy.
Jay-Z, he's lying, by the way. He's definitely, like, he's signaling to me right now to write down Macaco.
By the way, he could see it on YouTube.
Jay-Z doesn't go on YouTube.
Oh, yes, he does.
No. This one's going to be pretty fun. The next one. Richie Martinez against, can you take a guess? Gleason Tebow.
Richie.
Yeah, I'm going with Richie as well. And mind you, I'm actually a fan of Gleason. He's a super nice guy. However, he did just lose to Gilbert at the Titan FC grappling thing.
Yep.
Gleason is still, and he was doing pretty good, but that was a combat jiu-jitsu one.
Right.
This is just straight jiu-jitsu, but I'm going with Richie on it. This is another good one, and I think you already know who my pick is going to be. Mateus Lutes versus Baby Monster, Valdir Araujo. I'm going with Monster. Sorry. I never, ever count out Baby Monster.
I'm going with Ludus.
You going with Ludus? I'm guessing you don't train with Baby Monster anymore, huh?
No, it's not so much. I haven't trained with him, but that's not.
You trained with him before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Man,
that's not that I'm not training with him. It's just we haven't trained. But
don't train with him anymore, because if he hears that you bet against him, he's going to kick your ass. He texts me randomly on WhatsApp every once in a while. He's like, hey, bro, I'm doing this fight. I'm like, all right, hi to you too, bro. Like, I haven't spoken to you in a while. Super nice. Every time I see him once every couple of months. It's always like hugs and pounds. He's a super nice dude. Man, I wish I would have done a better job right in there. Masher Kara versus Enrico Coco. I'm going with Coco too. Coco won the last fight to win down here.
Plus, he's local,
and he's a bad dude. Finally, this one is actually. I think this is the sleeper match, and you can mark my words for Kasai. This is a sleeper match, and I think it's probably going to be the most entertaining match of the night. and it's the women's match. It's Maisa Bastos versus Talita Alansar.
I'm going Toledo.
You're going to go with Talita? Now, Talita was world's pants, Abu Dhabi champion.
She lost to
2017, 2018, right. She lost to Tammy.
But in a weird way.
Maisa just won worlds.
Yeah.
Did all that stuff. So you're going with Talita.
Toledo lost in a weird way.
Yeah, well.
She got DQ'd.
And that's still a loss. And
No, I know. But
I'm going with Maisa.
I don't know if it was a DQ. I don't know if it should have been
What
a
do
DQ.
you say?
Tammy had her in.
While you talk, I'm going to get another drink.
Tammy had Toledo in a omoplata.
Right.
And Toledo was trying to work out of it. And you know when you're working out of omoplata, how the person that has the omoplata is in control.
Right.
Tammy just kept every time Toledo kept trying to posture up, Tammy would scoot back.
Right.
And readjust.
Right.
Well, the way it worked is they ended up going out of bounds.
So they're saying that she was forcefully trying to take it out of bounds to get out of that position. See, that's always weird. And again, it's...
And she might have been. I don't like. It's hard. I could see it both ways. I could see it. It almost like if you look at it with the expectation that that's what she's doing. Yeah. That's what it looks like. But if you look at it from
a grappling standpoint, it's part of what happens.
It's part of what happens when you have somebody in omoplata.
I honestly think that she willingly went out of bounds, and I'm not trying to take any sides, but from when I saw it, I'm like. At first, I was like the same thing like you said. It's like it could kind of go both ways. But then I kept on looking at it. It's like, no, she was forcing it. Because at that level, you're not going to keep on walking that way. You're going to be trying to do something else to step over.
Well, she kept trying to turn. She kept trying to turn into it. Like she would have turned into a triangle. It looks like she was trying to turn into a triangle.
It was...
And
she was going with it to avoid getting pulled away from it. Like, getting, like, pulled away. But... the way that she was going wasn't a natural way of what you would do to roll out of an omoplata.
To roll out of it, right. But she knew she couldn't roll out of it because Tammy had her leg.
Right.
But she could turn into it where maybe Tammy would go for a triangle.
But there was no attempts at actually kicking up. And that's where I think it comes in.
I don't know. Again,
it's ref's decision, which obviously doesn't mean shit in IBJJF.
It would have been a hard call.
Yeah.
I could see it both ways.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those weird like ref's decisions. I definitely see why he thought that. I agree with it. But it happened to me when I competed last time in Miami, where the guy got up, slammed me down, I had him in guard. He got up, walked, slammed me down again, out of bounds. I'm like, all right, well then that right there, it's like there's no reason why we just walked 5.5 feet to the left. And I just got slammed where my head hit the wood on the floor. Like, that right there is it. That's DQ. No, got up, and then somehow I lost by ref's decision. Like, well, I'm the one doing all the work, but it is what it is, so I get it. Now, this is what I've been wanting to talk about all fucking day. Don't try and read my notes, because if you haven't seen this, I don't know what to tell you.
Yes, I have seen it. The weird stuff going on. All I know is I know what it says. The captions where I've been.
You're reading the wrong one.
What is going on?
You're reading the wrong one.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at the other one.
Okay, I can't see the other one.
I'm talking about Darren Till trolling Colby Covington. Have you seen this?
Yes.
So if you haven't, please take the time right now to just fucking go look at Darren Till's Instagram because he brought it back
It might be taken down.
No, it's not. I just looked at it on the way over here again.
Yeah, but by now it could be taken down.
Well, it doesn't matter because I got a screenshot and I will repost it for him. Go look at Darren Till. Obviously, Darren Till went radio silent on Instagram because he got in trouble. Like, I think, what did he, like, steal a car and, like, he tore up his hotel room and stuff.
Stole a taxi.
So, it's just Darren Till being Darren Till. And I appreciate that. Fucking Led Zeppelin and Guns N' Roses did way worse than that. Let the man party. Let me go ahead and read it just because this is great. So Darren Till shot a DM to Colby Covington saying, come on. Oh, this is so good. I was fucking dying laughing. He sent it directly to Colby Covington saying, "Mate, I remember you back in college. You are a true beast, and to watch what you have done in that UFC welterweight division is inspiring. Well done, sir. Killing the game, Colby. Pound, 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 pound." It's just like 5-6 fists. He said that at 11:23 p.m. Colby replied at 6 o'clock in the morning with, "Much love, my man. We just getting started. Pound. Championship trophy." I can't even hold it. Darren Till then replies, "Haha, shut up, you turd. Why would you think anyone is supporting you? You're a piece of shit, and this just came out of my asshole and looks like you." And it's a picture, not of Darren Till, supposedly, but of someone's butt on top of the toilet with a fairly long dookie sitting half on the seat and the other half still coming out. Which
What makes you think that's not Darren Till?
I mean, I think he said that's not me. That's a picture he found, allegedly. But the comedic factor is still there. I wonder, like, did you try Googling man taking a turd?
No.
Let me Google that. Maybe it'll pop up. Because if it's on Google Images, it'd be fucking amazing. There's so many photos on Google Images that you'd be surprised about. But how good of a fucking troll is that?
No, that was like, oh.
That was pretty fucking good. Like, I can't think of how hard he must have been laughing. Like when he got that first reply, like, like it's got to be fucking solid, man.
What, the turd?
No, the turd is definitely not solid. Look, whoever's supposed butt cheek that is and is taking the turd, there's very high fiber content because it was bent onto the seat and it was still like on there. All right, like it was still in the taint. It was still in the hole. So someone's got a lot of fucking Metamucil in their diet for sure.
Good for them.
So shout out to Darren Till on the troll. Golf clap. Can we get a golf clap?
Yeah, I'll give him a little one.
Oh, golf clap. That was a good troll. I wonder like how Kobe read it. Like, motherfucker, you got me.
Yeah, I wonder if there's gonna be a. Well, and here's the thing: you can't really come back with that. Looks like your mother. You know, I mean, there's really nothing you're gonna be able to come back that's gonna be able to top that.
I guess, but I mean, like, fuck, it was good. It was a good troll.
No, it's a great troll. That's what I'm saying.
He just alley-ooped himself.
He can't really come back from that, or come back with anything that can top that.
Do you think he was really expecting like a reply? He had to send it out. He's like, oh, for sure he's gonna reply to me. I got no beef with him. Why would I fucking talk to him? He's never mentioned him at all. Not that I can think. But that was a good fucking troll.
But I want to know how Darren Till remembered him from college. Did Darren Till go to college in the United States?
I don't know. I would assume so. They must have he must have at some point.
Did he wrestle in college?
I don't know. I thought so. I don't know. I didn't bother really fucking looking that deep into it. I'm too busy being a mature adult laughing at a photo of someone taking a turd. Or maybe he didn't know
it was Darren Till.
No, it says Darren Till. It came straight from him. It says it.
No, I understand that, but maybe it was, I don't know.
Either way, it was a good troll. Now, we're going to get into what you were looking at. Speaking of trolls, Justin Bieber called out Tom Cruise. Now, before we get into the actual nitty-gritty of it, I have all of my money on Tom Cruise.
Yes, of course.
100%. Can you get the fuck off your phone, dude?
I'm looking. Can I not look for this fucking picture?
I know you're not. You were fucking texting.
No, I'm not.
What picture are you looking for? The turd?
No.
Of what?
I'm looking for the Darren Till.
The turd. That's what I'm saying. I just showed it to you.
No, I don't want the turd. I want to see the name.
It just says Darren Till. You got a picture of someone taking a turd?
No, I have it in my message. Well,
that's dick pics, bro. You're showing all of YouTube your dick pics.
Darren Till 2.
Yeah.
See, that's not. That's
Darren Till's.
No, it's not. What's the word I'm looking for?
Authentic?
Authenticated.
That's because he took his own Instagram down. Remember, he went fucking radio silent. So then he came back. But that's Darren Till. When all that shit went down, he took off his own Instagram.
So he didn't...
Yeah, that's why. Anyway, back to the subject. Justin Bieber, oh man. By the way, total side note, our homie Steve Montgomery had his fight finally. They changed his opponent like 3 times, and he made some bad decisions on a fight strategy and got knocked out super quick on the fight. Fractured like 3, 4, 8
fractures.
8 fractures in his face. So he just had his surgery. So it looks like he's already goofing off and having fun, but speedy recovery to our brother.
I texted with him a little bit. He is not feeling good.
I bet. Yeah, there's not enough CBD oil for him right now, so they better be sending him something good. Anyway.
Oh, that's weird.
What? Darren Till just text you?
No. The champ.
Oh, nice. Cool. Kamaru Usman just text you. He beat the crap out of me last time we rolled. So Justin Bieber went ahead and issued a challenge to Tom Cruise, but I don't know if Tom Cruise has a Twitter account. He didn't tag Tom Cruise on Twitter. So he posted, I want to challenge Tom Cruise to fight in the octagon. Tom, if you don't take this fight, you're scared. Also, by the way, he wrote, you're wrong. You're scared and you will never live it down. Who is willing to put on the fight? Question mark. Dana White? Question mark. I got all my money. I will take out a loan to bet money on Tom Cruise in that fight if that ever really happened. If it was a legitimate fight.
Yeah, Tom Cruise keeps himself in shape, does all his own stunts.
And he's at this point probably had enough experience training in fake martial arts that he could probably get away with real martial arts to a certain extent. I think he would probably be a beginning blue belt in comparison. Don't you think?
Well, I don't know. I've never seen him on the ground.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of grappling in his movies. I think he's got to be like a blue belt-ish level, or a very good white belt.
Maybe.
Still way more than whatever Justin Bieber's ever done, because he's done nothing.
Well, I don't know. I think I saw.
He trained a little bit with Floyd Mayweather, but that was probably a joke. Floyd's probably like, "Come here, little white boy.
Right.
Daddy's gonna hold some pads for you."
Of all the people to call out,
why Tom Cruise?
Why Tom Cruise?
I don't know. This is the best part. So obviously people have been going off the walls with the meme. This is the one that I found was probably one of the best ones, or second to best one. See who replied to Justin Bieber?
Danny DeVito.
Is that
Fight me, you coward.
So people have been going nuts with the photoshopping, and someone did a fake Danny DeVito Twitter account saying "Fight me instead, you coward." So even then, I would still put money on Danny DeVito over Justin Bieber.
No, I would not.
The Penguin? I would take the Penguin all day.
So what I saw was that I just saw the one that I liked was I saw Logan Paul
he
responded to Bieber and said
he challenged somebody else though.
No. He goes I'm your Huckleberry or something like that. And then Justin Gaethje said, I'll fight you both at the same time.
Yeah. That was the best one. He's like, I'll fight you both at the same time. Actually, so Conor McGregor jumped in on the fun and said, if Tom Cruise is man enough to accept this challenge, McGregor Sports and Entertainment will host a bout. Does Cruise have the sprouts to fight like he does in the movies? Stay tuned to find out. So it sounds like it was probably a setup if Conor got thrown into the mix. And then Conor throws in, I challenged Mark Wahlberg on the very same card. Back when Mark Wahlberg was Marky Mark, I'd have slapped the ears off of him and took my UFC shares back. #shares, #streams. Days in ESPN.
Dude, Mark Wahlberg is probably the smartest guy in Hollywood.
Oh, he's a fucking...
He has
he's banking
a piece
for sure.
of everything.
Yeah, he's definitely making his money. I need to charge my phone before it dies.
So what was that statement? Does that mean Marky Mark has shares of...
The UFC?
Yes.
Yeah, he does. Him and a bunch of other people actually bought shares in the UFC. And can we not forget that Marky Mark actually killed a guy?
Yeah.
He actually killed a guy.
Did he?
So,
I thought he ripped his eye out.
Yeah, you made him blind or something. You made him lose an eye. Can you double check that real quick since you're texting anyway? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I thought he killed a guy.
No, I'm sure he...
What the fuck, man? My phone just said 9%. That's weird. Look. Oh, I'm an idiot. Never mind. Don't worry about that. I fucked up. It was a screenshot that said 9%, and it was really not my phone because my phone's at 46. So, Mark Wahlberg killed a guy?
Mark drops pardon request for 1988 assault. Actor didn't blind him. Actor did not blind him. So maybe
It was supposedly he blinded the guy. He hit him in the face with like a rock or something.
Johnny Trin.
Pretty sure that's
Wahlberg
what
gets his pardon from the only person who matters, the victim. Man he beat and racially abused says he forgives Starr and reveals he had no idea who his attacker was until now. It happened when he was 16.
But does it say what happened?
Knocked him to the ground. Then shot at racial abuse.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's a lot to come back
So
from.
he didn't kill anybody that I know of.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just he beat the shit out of someone, made him go blind.
What's funny is one of my good buddies is married to a girl that knew them growing up.
Right. From Boston.
From Boston.
Boston.
And she said they were
Douchebags.
Boston
douchebags.
They not the douchebags, but they were street punks.
Yeah, they never hid the fact.
Yeah, but that was like the whole thing with the Funky Bunch.
Yeah.
Look,
that was their whole thing.
That was their and Donnie being the bad boy of the New Kids on the Block. That was real. That was real. Those guys. That's how they were. Well,
that's where the formula came in, is because of guys like them, like putting it all together. Like, okay, so you gotta have the bad guy, you have to have the really nice guy. Like, yeah. So he got pulled up all that. I think the only other thing that I got to really go off of to talk about was this past weekend was the 2nd annual Nogi Freak Summit at 10th Planet San Diego.
Yeah, that was a stacked lineup.
Yeah, they had Eddie Bravo, obviously, Chandra Ribeiro, Felipe Pena, Ryan Hall, Leo Vieira, Caio Terra, and Craig Jones.
Yeah, that's a stacked.
So like 22 hours worth of fucking seminars. So it's like, fuck, I couldn't roll for 22 hours straight.
No, it's 22. No,
that was 22 hours. That's what I read. 22 hours of seminars. And it was like one right after the other. I think they probably, like, at night they took a break and then they went back. So it was probably 11 hours each day worth of training. But that's a lot of fucking training.
That's still a lot of training.
How do you can't fucking... I hope that they let them tape it and people got, like, a recording of it, because there's no way that I could remember 11 hours straight of technique.
I'm gonna go out on the limb right now and just say it. I think seminars are dumb.
I agree. But... the one seminar that I definitely got a lot out of was the one with Kavaka. I definitely got a lot out of that one. But other than that, I don't do seminars.
I think it's dumb to think you're going to learn anything in a day.
I think you can...
without drilling it and without having,
There's that you can definitely get something out of it. Like, you can get, like, tiny little details maybe that might help you in some case, in some way, shape, or form. But I don't think that you're going to be able to retain anything that's gonna impact your game in the long run. Like, physically speaking, maybe mentally it might help you out. Like, you might get the inspiration and the drive, but I don't think you're really gonna get anything. No one ever says like, "Oh yeah, I learned that from a seminar from such and such, and I won worlds with it."
No, I just think they're a waste of time. It comes to a point where you realize what it is. It's a money grab.
Yeah.
And you're not going to learn anything. And it's mostly the people that you're going to do a seminar with are people who, have some kind of star power.
I would rather pay a lot more and do like a week or 2 weeks worth of private sessions with one person. Just say like, okay, instead of doing an hour seminar with Bushisha, be like, I'm going to come here, going to come to this town and spend a week worth of my life just to, like, every day do a private. I just want to do a private.
I have a plan that someday I would love to take 2 weeks, go up to New York, and just sit on Danaher's
lap
and
give him a little
and
grind.
not so much to get his knowledge, but his teaching style to get
all you have to do is say okay, and then okay. That's that's what you got to do. Is you have to add okay after every sentence.
He has got a way to teach his
super analytical.
Right. So I would love to see his.
You still haven't watched the DVDs, right?
No.
The DVD is a great piece of knowledge. It's heavy because it's a lot, but he's a little too slow in conversation for me. And okay. So you're going to, and it's great.
I love him on Rogan.
No, he's great, but it's literally that for hours on end. And again, I love the super analytical aspect of everything, and I love how he breaks down and he explains why, but it's way too slow for me. And I know I have my speech issues and that I've been working on where I'll say like, and it drives me nuts on the podcast. So I apologize to everyone. But for him, and it's become an ongoing joke with memes and everything, where he says, okay.
He's like Mr. Mackey.
Yeah. So if you...
He's the Mr. Mackey of Jiu-Jitsu.
Basically. So if you listen to it, just watch clips of it online. Okay. And, all right, so now you're going to do this, and you're going to grab the wrist, and you're going to grab the elbow.
What I want to see, though, is I want to see how he structures his class, what he does.
They talk about it. I forget. I want to say it was... I think it was Gordon Ryan. He did, like, a whole article on how Danaher, like... see, I did that. How Danaher structures his class, where it's really intense, and he doesn't... not back down, but he doesn't let people slide, and he'll make them fucking pay for it, kind of thing, which is why he's got champions, and that's why Nikki beat Uriah Faber. All sorts of accolades coming from that school.
No, I just that's what
Are you crashing on me?
A little bit.
I can tell you're fading.
A little bit.
Grandpa's got to go to bed. What time is it? Oh, dude, it's only 10:40, man. Toughen the fuck up.
We've been. I'm trying, dude.
Oh man, did you end up seeing Godzilla?
I did see it. I saw it on Sunday.
I still haven't watched it. I haven't seen John Wick either. I need to go. I've been focused on competition this Saturday. So maybe I'll go compete. I'll drive back that afternoon, and I'll go that night, go watch it. I am dying for some junk food. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been eating so healthy the past couple of weeks. So I just want a good beer and a slice of pizza so bad. I don't even care about dessert. I'm over dessert.
If you can't have a burger while you're doing it, then you're doing this wrong.
Yeah, I'm also not Gary Tonin. I'm not a professional fighter, so, you know.
No, he said that before he was a fighter.
I'm also not a professional jiu-jitsu person. So
I got it. There's really such thing as a professional jiu-jitsu person.
I think there is. I would consider Buchecha to be a pro, Leandro Lowe to be a pro. Danaher, clearly, we just finished talking about him.
He's not a pro.
He's a pro like jiu-jitsu coach.
That's ridiculous.
What do you mean?
Pro coach.
It's pro coach.
So who's a college coach?
For jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Any purple belt or brown belt, I would consider him a collegiate level coach.
Then what's a black belt?
Professional coach.
So I'm a professional coach?
I mean, I didn't say you were a good coach. I didn't say all black belt. You have bad coaches in every league.
But you would still put me at the pro level.
I mean, that's the whole point of having a black belt, right?
No, I don't think that's...
You just had a text from fucking the champ. I kind of put you as a pro coach. I'm not a good one, again, like I said, but...
I don't know.
You know what it is? He wants to know if he can stop by so you can give him your best recipe.
Back, by the way.
Why?
Say that I'm not a good coach.
For what?
Because it's not the truth.
Go
ahead.
I mean,
I know my guys. I've watched my guys tap you out,
and I've tapped your guys out.
Yeah, you should. You've been training a lot longer than they have.
No, actually, one of your guys has been training way longer than I have.
He took 10 years off.
Still training longer than me.
Doesn't count.
How's that not count?
Doesn't count. He took 10 years off.
Did he suddenly forget? You haven't ridden years. You forget how to ride your bike in 10 years. You're not a bike rider anymore.
Years off.
And actually, it's not 10. I think
it was 10.
He said 7.
No, it was 10.
He took more time off than I spent training.
He quit when he was 16.
I don't think we're talking about the same guy.
Derek.
No. There's somebody else. There was somebody else.
No. He's the only one.
I think you're a great half guard coach.
I'm a great everything coach.
Let's not take it too far.
No,
you're not a great takedown coach.
Well, it's because I really don't teach them because I don't care about the takedown.
All right, so then how am I wrong?
So how do you know Danaher's a great takedown coach?
I never said Danaher was a great takedown
You said
coach
he's a pro coach.
because he's a great coach,
Right, but
he coaches pros too.
so do I.
Who?
Felipe?
He's not a pro.
Not yet, but he will
Okay,
be.
so then it doesn't fucking
He's
count,
on
does
his
it?
way.
Okay, well, I'm on my way to being a fucking millionaire, but I'm not there yet, am I?
He'll be there after the next fight, probably.
Okay. Well, technically, you're not his coach. You're one of his coaches.
Well, I coached Mauricio. He's a pro.
Which one's Mauricio?
Cabrinha.
I'm not touching that. Let's see. Who else? Who else have you coached at a pro level?
I don't know. That's why I don't believe black belts are pro level.
No, not for sure. I know a lot of bullshit fucking black belts who consider themselves pro coaches.
No, I would.
They're ones that always, get that fucking out of my face. Fuck that guy.
What was that?
You know who I'm talking about.
No, I didn't know what you were doing.
The guy that coaches when he's sitting there telling you something, he goes, Tom and I have the same conversation. I can't fucking stand when he does that. When he's sitting there showing you a position, a transition, he's like, all right, in the hand, here. Like, you're not doing a fucking magic trick, bro. Why are you snapping?
I never saw it.
You
You'll have to tell me afterwards.
I'll have to tell you the name. But
Yeah.
yeah, guys are like, and then it's
Yeah,
like,
'cause
all right, so you're going to defend the arm bar, you're going to go, and you're going to slide this hand out there. It's like, what the fuck is the snapping for?
I'm like,
And then the worst is like collar chokes, when you're like, all right, see this hand? And he like snaps it right next to somebody's fucking ears. Like, all right, you're going to grab here. Now this one, you're going to grab right here. Oh, dude. Fucking Tom and I would sit there whenever he was like teaching the classes or like teaching a position, like, I'm about to fucking break both of his fucking fingers. Like, you don't, like, we're not dogs. You don't fucking snap at us. Like, I can understand if maybe you're in a position where you're like, all right, my hand, all right, here. But don't be like, this hand, right here. Like, fuck you, dude. Come on.
I'm finding this so funny.
You don't.
I don't know who
You've
you're
done
talking
it.
about.
You've done it. You snap.
I don't.
You've
I've
done it.
never
No.
snapped.
You don't do it consistently, but you have done it. And I remember because Tom and I were sitting there one day, and you were showing a position. This was at Temple, and you did that, and we'll look at each other like, this motherfucker really just snapped his fingers.
Well, if I snap, it's afterwards. I say if I do it, if I ever snap, I say he does it like this. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, but
like,
right. That's different.
I've
but
never
you did it.
never done like.
No, you've done the like this hand, and you've done that. Like
I've never done that.
you didn't do it like it's like a regular thing, but I remember because Tom and I were just kind of like, "Are you fucking serious right now? He really just did that." Like, but it was never like it's never been a regular thing for you. But I've seen coaches that do that. I can't fucking stand that. What I think is funny, with the other thing that most people, whenever they're teaching a position or coaching or whatever, you know what they do the most? Guess. Think about it.
Like, give me a position.
Doesn't matter. Anytime, whenever they're showing a position, they're going step by step in the position. What most jiu-jitsu coaches will do,
I've never paid attention, so
pay attention to it. You're going to see it from now on. It's going to happen every time. Whenever you see a coach go a position, like a position, let's say like we're passing the guard and then going to side control and to the back, at the stop of every like transition, boom. All right, we're going to go here, boom.
Oh,
and then go grab back, boom. You going to go ahead and grab the arm? Boom.
I do.
You do the boom. Everybody does the boom. It's just like a weird thing.
I do sound effects.
Like what?
Like, I don't know. There's certain things
That
that
I don't.
I know I've made sound effects on.
I
Like,
no, that I haven't heard. I don't recall you doing that at all.
yeah, I've done it.
Maybe like
Wow. I've said that.
Kachiga.
Like, I do stupid stuff like that, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever said boom. I
You
might have
said boom. No, you said boom. Like for sure. Watch. You're gonna catch yourself now. Next time you go and you teach class, like, all right, guys, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go for the leg lock. Boom, right here.
I'll tell you
go,
what.
boom.
No, I'll tell you what. I am definitely guilty of was when I'm teaching chokes. I go.
Oh, when you go pull a choke, you pull. Nah, not many people do that, but the boom is the big one. I forget. Kavaka did one. I think Kavaka was like a big boom guy. Who else? But yeah, if you notice, most coaches will be boom. All right, you go here, boom.
So like
Boom.
the yoga instructor from Couples Retreat.
Yeah, like it's like boom.
Boom.
Feel the energy. Feel the energy.
Yes, big peacock chest.
Stick it out. Yeah, that's the worst one. But the fucking snapping of the fingers. I don't
Not
know.
know.
I wonder.
I'm trying to picture who
You
it is.
know exactly who it is. That fucking guy. Like the one person I say he's not a real black belt. That he somehow as a black belt came out of nowhere with a black belt. It's like, I've watched blue belts legitimately take you out while you were fighting for your life, and not even good blue belts. I wonder what other. There's got to be other really bad habits that some coaches have. What are, like? Have you heard of any like really bad, like coach habits?
Like while teaching,
Yeah.
there's a local guy that we took, and I don't know if it's a bad habit so much as like a before I got to he taught for Charles McCarthy at American Top Team. His name is Matt Welch.
Oh yeah, I know Matt.
Call him Yoda.
Yeah.
He is a unending source of grappling knowledge. Like he's Danaher level grappling knowledge.
Right.
The problem is he would give you so much detail.
That you can't do anything with it.
You know, it's like you like every time you were getting into it, he would stop and go into the more detail. And then you were getting into it, he would stop and go into more detail. And
It's
I
like,
love
what
that.
if? Okay, now if someone does this, then you have this
Yeah.
and this and this and this.
And it wasn't so much a bad habit, but like
It was just a bad structure.
it was just like we never got to like really get into drilling it because
Yeah.
he kept stopping.
Yeah.
But then eventually he would get it, but then it would be like right when we were getting into the flow of the drill.
Yeah.
It's time to roll.
You know what I
I'm
think
saying?
is funny is I hate the people that they might not be the best grapplers. They might know a couple of things, but they feel the need to go and teach everybody. And when you see them teach, you're like, no, don't do that. Don't teach them that. Why are you teaching that? Like, they're always teaching the white belts. And then they'll beat the shit out of the white belts, and they'll go, like, super hammered down just to, like, show, oh, this is why I'm such a good grappler. It's like you're doing, like, a fake magic trick. But then when you see them roll with anybody remotely close to their level or above, they get smashed. That I can't stand. Granted, those who can't do teach is... I'm a believer in that phrasing, but it's not always the case. It's not always the way that it goes. But there's people that those who can't roll teach, and that's those kind of people that are like that guy, where it's like, oh, what if you do this? Like, I've watched people in the middle of class stop. It's like, okay, yeah, oh, well, professor, but, you know, can you show them the counter for that so they know? Like, my man, who the fuck are you right now? Are you the world champ? Oh, you're not. Oh, you didn't? Okay, then why are you talking? Just stop. Stop. Like, you've seen those fucking guys. We got to come up with a name for them.
Yeah, they're like they're.
I'm trying to think of like a nickname or
They're
someone from like the office.
They're trying to be Helpy Helperton.
The peacocks. I think they're more like, peacocks.
Not because they're trying to help, but to try to show how much they know.
They're not even
It's
beta.
selfish.
It's a beta move. It's a beta move. It's like, oh, well, I got to show that I'm the next best one. It's like, bro, you're a blue belt. Shut the fuck up. Just sit there. Shut up. Like, at what point can you start really talking and having a conversation?
Yeah, well, you know when I can show you the counter? When you guys get this down first.
Right.
So,
but at what point
master this part, and I'll show you the counter.
I know, man. I got to come up with a name of those people now. I have to come up with a good name. Like, there's the Crianchi, like, for the guys that jump gyms and stuff all the time. What's another good jiu-jitsu, like, nickname you could give somebody? There's the Sandbaggers.
Crianchis, which really has gone the way of the dodo.
No, people still use it.
Yeah, but it's
kind of like a bullshit thing. I think now it's people realize just because you switch gyms doesn't mean you are. Sometimes either you have to, and other times you kind of don't have an option. What's
Yeah.
another? There's got to be a couple other ones that we can't think of right now.
Then there's the mat monsters.
There's the bullies. There's the mat bullies.
The mat bullies, but the mat monsters that are awesome in the gym, but when they compete,
Oh, the star fuckers.
no, they compete and then they lose.
Right.
Like they're in the gym,
Yeah.
they're unbeatable.
The gym monster.
The gym monster.
And then there's the oh man, I can't. The enforcers. There's the gym enforcer. This is the one that if somebody else is getting beat up, then they come in and take care of the person. We've done that a couple of times.
I do not feel comfortable in that role.
And the gym enforcer, you've had to do it.
I've had to do it, but I didn't feel comfortable doing it.
I've had to do it. I remember there's been a couple of times where I was like, Shawn, can we beat him up? I'm like, yeah, okay. Then we went and beat up somebody. What else?
Yeah, let's just say, if you take advantage of somebody smaller than you,
You're a dick.
weaker, less skilled, or a woman, or a child, which or a teenager, which we've all seen.
I bet you that would be a good fucking TV show. Like, remember how what's his face had the bully beatdown? What was his face? What was his name? Matt? Is it Matt?
No. It was.
Fuck. People are probably cursing us out on the
He was
podcast. Right now.
Mayhem Miller, Jason
Matt-
Mayhem
yeah.
Miller.
Right. If you had one like that for jiu-jitsu, where it was the jiu-jitsu enforcer, and you'd get someone that's just a world-class grappler, and they get a text message saying, hey, so-and-so, this guy at our gym is a douchebag, and he always beats up on the girls or on the kids class guys. Like, he always goes way too hard all the time. Can you come and take care of him for us? Like, for sure, black belts wouldn't like let that happen, but that would be a great TV show where all of a sudden it shows up. Can you imagine? It's like Bushesha just shows up. It's like, hey, I'm going to such and such gym
Right.
today. Supposedly there's this guy who's a fucking douchebag
Yeah,
because
it'd be fun.
Bushesha's
That'd be
got a
fun.
Boston accent. So he just comes in and it's like, hey, I heard you're pretty good. How about rolling with the champ? And they just fucking smash him.
Offer money to do it.
Yeah,
Like
every
they used to, and
for
if you
every
last-
submission. How about for every submission you can defend, you get $1,000.
Well, it was like I like the other way is like you start with a pool and you work your way down. Like
Yeah,
If
it was
you-
like Eddie Alvarez beat the shit out of one
yeah,
kid.
yeah. It was like if you could survive the first round, you get.
1,000,
It
5,000.
was more than that. It was
Yeah.
like I think they could have won up to like 20,000.
Yeah,
or
every
something
time
that.
like you tap out, you lose some or something.
Yeah,
Or no, every time you tap out, the kids that are getting bullied would make some money.
yeah.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. But how good of a TV show would that be? We should make that into a web series. Gym Enforcer. Like, what would you call it? It'd be like Cops. I want to call it like Cops or something.
Matt Cops.
BJJ Cop. BJJ Enforcer. How good would that be? Who would be the best one?
Best and for like of the pros or of the people.
I think
we
in
know?
general, let's say it has to be someone with the personality to make it worthwhile.
Right, but is it somebody we know or just anybody in the grappling?
I think
industry?
anybody in grappling. Gordon Ryan would be
Craig
good.
Jones would be first on my list
You think so? I think
because he's
Gordon
got
Ryan.
a sense of humor and
Yeah. Barnett. I would go Josh Barnett.
Josh Barnett. I would get him.
But then what happens if that person gets tapped out?
Then they get tapped out. It happens.
Or something better, you could change person every time, so that way you can make sure it's someone around the same weight class. So that way you can have like, oh, it's a girl that's 120 pounder, so you send a 120 pound girl, that's pro or whatever. Or if it's a, absolute fucking guy, whatever, he's 250 pounds, but he's being a douchebag, so you send fucking Orlando to go over there and fucking take care of him. You see what I'm saying?
No, I see what you're saying.
That'd be pretty.
I just
That'd
don't
be
think
good.
I just don't think we should be talking about this on the air.
And just stealing the idea.
Somebody's gonna just steal the idea.
I don't think we have enough money for that.
No, we don't. But it's a great idea.
You know who I would put in there? I would put fucking Henzo. That's who I would put there. If it was the all-time, it'd be Henzo. Henzo has the personality, and he would probably smack the shit out of the guy while he's going. It's like, just smack. It's like, why you beat people up? Smack. And then,
Puga.
nah, Pulga wouldn't do it. Pulga's too nice. It would be great to have fucking Renato Laranja do it, because then it's like, oh,
He could be the host.
he could be the host. It's like, that'd be good. That'd be a good
Uncle
fucking show.
Renach.
How good a Uncle Renach beatdown? That'd be a good show. Fuck. Cause then you would have to call out the fake black belts, the guys that are running schools with fake black belts.
Nah, I think that's tired.
No, that's not tired.
It's just not worth it because it doesn't.
It gets risky. It definitely gets risky
Yeah,
because you
it's-
might get a psycho who's got a gun or something.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Yeah. Fuck, we should do that. I said we get a GoFundMe and create this TV show. That'd be a good fucking show. We don't need that much. You only need a camera. 2-3 people. That'd be fucking solid.
You could bring them to Temple.
No, they'd have to go to schools that people are having trouble. And people send in notes. Like, you would send in a note to, like...
Yeah, but that means travel.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Like, you'd have to have a GoFundMe to get an overall thing. First season, I'd say, would keep all in the U.S., which wouldn't be too bad.
I think I know who I think would do it. Would be
For sure, Danilo would do it. I would get Danilo.
Danilo. I bet you Romulo Bahal would do it.
You think so?
Yeah. Remember that him beating up that big dude that came into his school?
No, that's Hobson.
Or not Hobson. Hobson won.
Hobson wouldn't do it.
don't think Hobson would do it?
Hobson's too nice of a guy. Hobson didn't even want to beat up that guy.
Yeah,
Hobson
but he
was,
did.
Yeah, well, not even. He was just like running around him and just like making him look like a goof. Like, and even then, he's like, I'd tell you what, like, if like I beat you, like you sign up, which is great, and that's a positive lesson that the guy
And the dude
learned.
never came though.
No, the dude tried to sue him. The dude tried to sue him afterwards. He so the deal was, what happened? We talked about this before, but the guy came in and it was one of Hobson's black belts or brown belts, and said, I could beat the shit out of anybody in here. I don't know if those were the exact words, but I could beat anybody up. And then they're like, well, that's not what we do here, man. And then they called up Hobson, who lives down the street from the school. Hobson came in, tried to talk to the guy, and he's like, okay, I'll roll with you. He's like, but the deal is, if I beat you, then you sign up for class, and that's it. Like, if you beat me, then you're right, whatever, you win. And then Hobson, world fucking champ, legend, all-time legend in jiu-jitsu, just... So you ever see the photo of a guy with really curly hair, and he's getting, like, knee barred, his knee is, like, his leg is, like, super extended, he's just looking at the guy like, really? Like, it's an old photo.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. That's Hobson. Like, you can't tell, like, it's Hobson with long hair. Like, long, curly, poofy hair. He almost looks like a young Ben Askren. But, yeah, the guy's like, okay, deal. So they filmed it, and then that's when the video went viral, and the guy called up a lawyer and had the lawyer come up. He's like, dude, he signed a waiver. Yeah, I can do whatever I want. He's like, oh, no, you made me look like an idiot, blah, blah, blah.
No, you made yourself look like an
Yeah,
idiot.
basically. But the video's still out there all over the
Yeah,
place.
it's fun. It's fun to watch.
I fucking love that video. Every couple of months I watch it again. Hobson wouldn't do it for sure. Shaolin maybe would. And he would teach that guy a good lesson. But Vitor Shaolin has a hurting that I would not want to put on anyone. I would. I really would.
You know, that's funny. We talked about Tex Johnson. Nothing has ever more come out about that whole.
I don't know. I haven't bothered to look
I
out.
wonder if it was.
I think he's not a popular... He's not a sports celebrity, so it's not going to get
No,
put
but
into the
we
news.
haven't heard more from the jiu-jitsu
I'll
community.
look it up. I mean, we could look it up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those things where it takes a while for the whole process. So it kind
Yeah,
of
but he's already back competing.
Well, she made the accusation. Let's see. I'm going to type in sexual assault. Because, right? That's what it was? It was a sexual assault.
Yeah.
2 promotions have removed Tex Johnson from upcoming cards. No.
When was the last news on that?
The last one, May 23rd, was really Tex Johnson to represent Ribeiro Jiu-Jitsu while sexual assault allegations are out. May 26th.
Right.
Nothing, nothing more recent.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, we got to call it a quits. Sean's got to poop. He doesn't have his Depends on today. Anything you got to say to people that doesn't involve your poop?
No.
Are you going to send it to Kobe?
Just follow us, like us, comment. Guys, comment on these things, man.
Oh, they do. Shout out to our sponsors, Choke Aloha, Giraffe Choke, Jiu-Jitsu Subco, and Nomad. Thank you so much. You can see I'm rocking my old school vintage Choke Aloha shirt. Follow Shawn.
Temple hat.
Gorilla Boy BJJ for Shawn. Follow me at Jiu-Jitsu Radio or Sonder Marketing. Like I said, check out Sonder Marketing if you want to see more behind the scenes photo shoots. I got a lot of shoots planned. I'm just waiting to hear back from the different organizations for the passes, but there'll be a lot of cool stuff you are not going to want to miss if you're any kind of martial art fan, whether it's boxing, MMA, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, whatever. I got some cool stuff planned. Other than that, peace out. We're out.
Bye.